Welcome, Franchise Mutiny. I'm Isaac. Joining me in today's discussion, two people. One who's been here before, sat in on several podcasts, even was a guest on her very own that wasn't recorded. Emma, how are you?
I'm great.
Also joining us today is someone who has been very kind and patient. We met just 3.5 hours ago. Grace, how are you?
I'm doing very well.
Okay,
Very well.
That's good. First off, that's great. Congrats on that.
Thanks.
Very, very happy for you
Thanks.
that you're happy. We have a bit of explaining to do. I have a bit of explaining to do. I'm not pushing any of this on you guys, but this is episode 13, and we know what that means. Bad luck. We recorded a full-on episode that felt almost longer than the movie Spider-Man 3, only to figure out that we recorded the first 3 minutes and 30 seconds of it, and I don't think we started the show at that point either, so...
No. Oh. Good.
We're back here again, charting some very... charted territory. How are both of you feeling? First off, thank you so much for being on the show again.
Yes.
Glad to be here.
Yes.
I feel like
Let's do it.
becoming very good at this, yeah.
Do you think
Yeah, we're gonna be pros by the end of this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, do you think we could top the last episode we recorded?
I don't think we can top the coverage because we covered a lot.
Covered a lot of ground.
Covered the whole movie.
We did.
Beat by beat.
And beyond.
Scene by scene.
Mhm.
Yes.
Musical
Word by
number
word.
to musical number.
Of course.
All of it.
So I don't think we can live up to those standards, but I think in terms of quality, we might. You know, we already have an idea of what we want to talk about.
Our thoughts are very solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very refined at this point.
Refined like sand.
Yes.
Speaking of sand,
Speaking of Sandman?
guess who's in this movie?
Starring Sandman.
We still good?
We still did.
Yes.
Oh.
Thank you,
This
Audacity.
has created some sort of paranoid thing where every couple of minutes we will stop and be, are we still recording? Are we still good?
There's fear in my heart now, yes.
So since the first episode was lost completely to time and space, we could lie by the end of this and say like, oh, this was way better than the last one. Or be like,
we could totally change up our entire perspective.
Mhm.
or if it doesn't go well, we could be like, you should have heard the last one. It was incredible, just cackling all over the place. Neighbors of mine were knocking on our door and saying, hey, can you at least let me in on this?
That
If-
did happen,
if-
though.
It
I-
did, of course. I'm not making this
Yeah.
up. It's such a great time. And if it doesn't happen now, then we know for sure it's not as good.
Set the bar pretty high.
If any neighbors are listening, you heard me. If any of you are listening, you heard me. Brilliant. So, Spider-Man 3, we usually start with the 15-second plot synopsis. 15-sec plot synopsis. I say it, I shorten it because we value our time. We clearly value our time. We don't like to waste it
Not
on,
fans.
on say, hour-long discussions
No way.
of Spider-Man 3. So, I don't know if you know this, but last episode, me and someone else did Brother Bear 2, movie that I liked, surprisingly.
You don't like movies.
I'm trying to be more positive. Okay, sequel. But the way we snopped that was by one word at a time, alternating. We gave ourselves 30 seconds. That was not enough. So, how would you guys feel about
Oh my
alternating?
gosh, that sounds
Think about
so
this. Really
fun.
think about this, what that means.
You know, I've thought about it, and it sounds like a lot. It's definitely something I want to try.
Okay, how about you, Grace?
I've never given it a shot before, and I'd like to.
Yes.
How about 3 minutes?
Okay.
Okay.
Let's try 3 minutes.
It went by fast.
It did go by very quick.
In the
I thought
times
this-
that
I
we've
thought
never
that-
done that
yeah, you-
before.
Oh, no, this is my first time. I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm hallucinating.
I dreamt about it once, and it went by really fast. I'm so... Excuse me.
Would you mind saying your name?
That was a good one.
Thanks. Thank you. Came from a very deep place.
It seems like you somehow forgotten that the mic is on.
I can't imagine why you would forget.
Are you offended that I burped on your podcast?
No, not
Okay,
at
good.
all. It's
Is that a rude thing to do on somebody else's podcast?
I don't know. That's uncharted territory for me.
Yeah, we're figuring out.
This is a very professional show. We record everything.
Shit, sorry. Shit.
Sirens.
Somebody's
Must be a crime going.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, can you hear me?
Alright, are we ready?
Okay.
Isaac, why don't you start this time?
Okay, and I'll choose the timer song.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with the classic that we went with on Brother Bear 2. I enjoyed it quite a bit. By the Seaside.
Oh,
Nice.
beautiful.
Yes. It's like some wee.
Some Wii. Smoke some Wii. Get some of that Nintendo's.
Yeah, exactly. Alright.
I think this episode might be better because we've all lost our minds at this point.
I feel, yeah. I think everyone's a little
A
delirious.
little tired, a little
sweaty.
We
3
can do it.
minutes. I'll start with the word.
Yeah.
The first word. Here we go. Here is your plot summary for Spider-Man 3, 2007. Oh, it kind of sounds like I'm saying 3, 2007. Okay. Spider-Man
Returns.
Two.
fight
Crime.
From.
the
Bad.
People.
like
Venom.
Sandman.
and
James Franco.
Jane. That's 2 words.
That's 2 words, no!
James.
is
Goblin.
Yes. He.
has
No.
Friends.
or
Memories.
Because.
he
Hit
His.
had
on
The.
web
Sandman.
Broke.
his
Sentence.
He. No, that's true. He.
turned
Into
Sand.
and
punched
Spider-Man.
in
the
Arm.
now
Venom.
and then what?
Crashed.
Toby Peters
Dreams.
And
Mary
Jane.
Watson.
is
Also.
Singing.
badly
And.
Sad.
so
She.
Breaks.
his
Heart.
Then.
they
Dance.
Double.
time.
Yes!
Oh,
Holy shit.
Go team. Perfect.
Oh my god, I was trying to Like Venom crashed into from the
Earth.
space, and then
He broke his prison sentence.
He
That's
broke
where I
his
was
prison
going
sentence.
with that.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I got that.
But I couldn't say prison sentence.
Yeah.
That was almost as
It gets
coherent
hard.
as the movie itself.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
really works.
The verbs.
We-
get
The
hard.
ver-
We did a solid job.
Yeah.
Got all the characters in there.
We did.
Except for Gwen. But,
Gwen, we didn't get Brock. Where's the
Yeah.
Brock man? Where's the
Brock.
broccoli?
Roger Jr. Rod Jr. What's his first name? Eddie?
Edward.
Edward Bra
I see. Edward Bra.
Jr.
Edward Broccoli Jr.
Broccoli Jr. and the photographer.
Him and his cameras. He's got a jacket full of cameras.
Yeah.
One breaks, he just whips out another one
Yeah.
to make his.
He's prepared.
He's
Yeah,
he's
no,
a good photographer,
Mhm.
except for the
Yes.
fraud part.
He does talk a lot about light source.
It's important. Pretty
The
much
drama of a photograph.
the base of taking a picture is just light.
Are
If
they?
it's dark, you
He's
can't
got
see
the
what's in the
basics
picture.
down.
Did they do that to make him more unlikable or likable, like relatable, or?
Definitely think that was supposed to be more unlikable.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think they were supposed to, like, they're trying to make him snobby and shit,
Yeah.
but that's just like basic taking a picture.
Composition
Yeah.
stuff.
It's like,
I mean,
yeah, I know, he's right.
yeah, like, he's annoying, but he's right.
Yeah.
But Peter's got the heart. He's
Yes.
got his heart through that.
He's
lens.
also kind of a cheater, though, because, I mean,
Yeah.
he's Spider-Man. He just sets up his little tripod and just...
Yeah, no, 100%.
He just, middle of Times Square, just sets a tripod. No one touch this.
Where does he put his camera?
He puts it in a little web.
Yeah,
in
and
a corner.
Spider-Man 1, Amazing Spider-Man 1,
Now, if he had a
Innovative.
selfie stick,
it would be a whole bit.
if
Wouldn't have an issue.
if science created a selfie stick back in 2007,
Mm-hmm.
he would have gotten that job immediately
Yeah.
from J. Jonah Jameson, Triple J, they call him.
My personal favorite character.
He's pretty great.
I know he's supposed to be
Hilarious.
unlikable, but I like him.
Yeah.
He's more likable than the characters we're supposed to like.
And I think he does such a good job that that's why they kind of not showed him in any of the Spider-Man movies since.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you can't get the JK,
Mm-hmm.
you can't get the Simmons, stay out of the kitchen.
We
Yeah.
don't want it.
Stay
Yeah.
out of the.
Just
the-
fuck off.
If it's not Simmons, I'm gonna riot. He has an Oscar, so
Holy shit, for what?
Whiplash.
Fuck, really?
Yeah, best supporting, I think.
He was really good in that.
He deserves that.
Best costumes. Best animated feature goes to J.K. Simmons and Whiplash. Yeah, there's
What else?
What else can we
Some-
talk
oh,
about for the first time?
some good intentional humor.
Yeah.
There's
Silly, goofy.
a lot of argument about what is intentional and what is unintentional.
Yes.
I say that at least 80% of this movie is intentional humor, tongue in cheek, some would say.
Yeah, a good balance between goofy and
Mhm.
and dark.
Yes. I do enjoy the dancing sequence.
Yes.
The whole 5 minutes of it. Dances down the street. Dances in front of the
Yes.
store.
Yeah.
Dances in front of Mary Jane.
Is this a genuine, unironic like, or is this like a so bad it's good? Because I have a genuine like for that.
That's a good question. I think it's so bad it's good.
Okay.
for me.
Differing
I'm on that
opinions.
same page.
Yeah, I get it. It seems like they had so much fun making it, and you kind of feel it. Like there's no way they were just like, oh, we're gonna shoot the dancing scene, because it is so ridiculous and stylized, and just,
that's true.
pulling back the jacket, the hair going out, him walking into a store and dancing out of it. I'm losing my voice.
Yeah.
It's all craggly. Is craggly a word?
It is.
It is.
It's a great word.
Yeah. Really good editing as well. Classic. Just
Perfect. There's that one scene where he takes off the mask, dumps out all the sand, and then it cuts weirdly back to him for
Yeah.
0.5 seconds.
Right
Yeah.
up on his face.
Right up on his
Yeah.
face. Don't know what that was about. I feel like that one snuck past, and they were like, "Oh shit!" when they saw it on the screen. Like, damn it.
Everything leading up to that, good comedy, or not good, passable comedy. It's
I laughed.
cartoon comedy. Yeah, it's fun. Dumping out sand, a ridiculous amount of sand out of a boot.
Lots of sand.
But then, yeah, like stuff like that, goofy faces. A lot of goofy faces.
Everybody had one. And
Goofy
I'm
grin.
just now realizing.
Did Mary Jane have one?
Yeah.
I think she did.
When during the dance scene, they did a really quick cut
Which
of her
one?
just being like. In
When he
in
throws
the
his
jazz
jacket at
club,
her.
Oh.
yeah. And then J.K. Simmons had one at the very end when the chick was like, "Film costs extra," and he was like, or whatever. And you can't see my face, but it's ridiculous.
Mary Jane also has another one when she's in the cab.
Yeah,
She-
she's
she-
like,
Yeah, that's
it's
exactly.
like half her face. It's just like, That's pretty
I
funny.
think she'd be used to it by now.
Yes.
No.
Third time being kidnapped.
Sometimes the charm.
The charm being when Harry died.
Ooh. Well, she had some tension with him, and now he's out of her life,
Yeah.
so she can focus on Peter
Yeah, they resolved that.
because he died.
Yeah.
Yeah, now that I think about it, I do feel really bad for Harry. He does not get
He
a
doesn't
good
nada.
he doesn't nada. Drive it doesn't nada. It got good mileage. He does not get the good end of any of this.
No. He hold on.
He
He
No.
Hey.
Alright.
We just looked to see if we were recording. We are.
Yeah. What was I going to say?
We left off on
Yeah.
We were talking about James Franco.
He just wanted to avenge his dad. He had some bad ways of going about it, but I don't think he was unjustified in that. Although Bernard, our boy Bernard,
We talked about Bernard so much.
he was.
he could have solved this whole issue if he'd
could've.
just been like, "Hey, your dad, like."
But there is something to say for like Harry having to go through that journey of hitting his head and losing all of his memories and then regaining them, and then Bernard was like, "Okay, he's ready for the
classic
career."
tale.
Classic tale.
He was
of
training him.
How
Channing Tatum and Rachel McAdams.
Wow. Fun move. No,
So
it's
Bernard
not
was
good.
like, "Now's the time."
Now he
Now's
holds
a
up a
good
DVD
time.
of the vow, and it's just like,
Does she fly through a windshield in that
She
movie?
does.
All right.
She really does.
I don't remember much from the vow. Is the plot that Channing Tatum's saying, "You remember that you love me. You
Yeah.
loved me so much."
Yeah, quite literally.
Yes.
That is ridiculous.
Not
That is
good.
Such a ridiculous.
No.
I imagine him just grabbing a hold of her and shaking her like, "You love me."
Yeah.
Very manipulative.
I don't even think I've seen that movie.
I have.
Yes, that is exactly what happens. I haven't seen the movie. That's
But-
what the trailer told me.
All I remember is them sitting in the middle of the street. They get rear-ended, like, not very hard, and she flies through a windshield.
She does.
It's very ridiculous. It's, she wouldn't have lost her memory from that, realistically.
It's like a serious version of 50 First Dates.
Yes.
Yeah,
Equally as funny.
for different reasons.
Spider-Man 3...
Favorite scenes?
My favorite scene is when one of the Raimis, can't remember his name, is pitching his idea. Ted. And Triple J is just having a good time.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Banks keeps hitting that buzzer.
Love it.
That tickles me.
Hilarious.
That was too loud even for, like, the sound mixing.
I know.
That scared me every time.
I really liked Elizabeth Banks in this movie, I have to
Yeah.
say.
She's
Me
not
too.
given enough to
No.
do. Like, she's...
Yeah.
She's good, yeah.
Must have been, like, before she was as
Popular.
popular.
Yeah.
No, this movie... I don't know if you guys know about this. This movie gets a lot of hate on the internet.
Does
Oh,
it?
does it now?
I don't think it deserves all that hate. I think it's a goof time.
Mm.
And if people take this movie way too seriously. I think they're even taking some of the intentional comedy and saying like, Oh, it's ironically funny because they don't mean it. I think they mean it. Like, you have the apartment people. They're
the
very
cookie
silly.
scene. That's my favorite
Yeah, there's no
scene.
way that wasn't intentional. Or like any of the dancing stuff.
You're a good woman. I'm a good man. And then he just
He
stops.
just stops
Like,
and
that's
looks at
so
him.
funny. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I like it.
yeah.
Good
You gotta
intentional.
relax, people. Internet, if you're listening, can you just chill and have a good time while you watch Spider-Man 3?
I second that.
And if it seems like we're not making the best of points, as if we're just lazily defending it, we made some great points before, and you would definitely agree this would be your favorite Spider-Man movie if you heard the other one.
Yeah. We had so many good points.
So many good points. Musical, why?
Should we talk about the musical?
Manhattan Memories, what was it? Why was it?
The world may never know. But I will say again, justice for Mary Jane. She didn't deserve to be fired after one show.
Yes. Hashtag.
Give my girl a chance.
Yes.
I actually don't like her, so she's not my girl. But give her a chance.
Still, give her a chance. Was that like the day after that performance?
Yeah.
How long between the performance
I think
and
it
when
was,
she
like-
barged in? We tried to contact you.
I think it was like a day or two, maybe 3, at best.
Because the newspaper had to be printed.
Yeah.
And then...
So
I love that when she walks out, everyone's clapping, and
She's
she
like,
thinks it's for her.
why would she think it's for her?
No.
She's
No.
done nothing of worth. Sorry.
In fact, she just got fired. I've never seen someone get fired. First off, I've never seen someone get fired, but to get fired and then to have people on the streets going, "Yeah, you failed."
Fired!
Yeah, what did she think that was?
You know, I would expect the same if I ever got fired.
But she did, like, I don't know if she, like, if this is just my memory of it from a couple hours ago, but she did this, like, hands to chest,
She
like,
did.
the faces she made was just like, oh my god, me? No, you're good enough to sing on stairs.
She wasn't that bad.
No, the movie kept telling you, they kept telling you two things, that she was to not good, and that Gwen Stacy's smart. And I couldn't tell either way.
We didn't get proof for either of these.
Yeah.
I want to see her SATs.
Peter literally insinuates that she's dumb. So, I mean, what do we do with that information? What are we supposed to think?
She's
You
got to
guys
pay for
know
college.
she fell.
62.
Stories.
That's why she's here today.
Don't.
Like to think that's her
Hate on
default
her.
now.
What?
Instead of taking the Spider-Man will save me.
What if he's like in class? Oh, she
Well,
should
they're in the
be
same
class.
class.
She's ditching.
They're partners.
She
Wow.
doesn't know he's Spider-Man. She doesn't know he's the Spider-Man.
I think something very interesting about this movie is that Peter kisses her in front of his girlfriend, and then is like, "Why is she bad?"
He doesn't even like acknowledge it.
No.
Like he didn't even admit that he did it.
Yeah. Wait, what was it? Was Spider-Man kissing her, or was it Peter?
I
They're the same person.
think it was more of like, not just that they kissed, but like the significance of that was their first kiss.
Yes.
But I don't know why I'm on Peter's side on this, but I don't think he didn't think it through, and that is a fault of his own. That is not me fully defending him, but that was, I think it was very in the moment. It didn't feel like he was yearning for Gwen Stacy, for that Bryce Dallas Howard. It just seemed like he went upside down. She's like, "Hey, kiss me, silly," and he's like, "Sure, why not? Let me kiss you in front of all these little boys and girls
They weren't fans.
that don't want it."
They didn't like that. That's a good point. I mean, he's doing his Spider-Man shit. He's not.
But he's also loving it way too much.
Yes.
And so
Big ego. As big as the Sandman, perhaps.
as big, if his ego was measured in sand, it'd be a big old Sandman. A bunch of cinder blocks in him, and just go. Why could he not speak English at a certain point? Like that is not like a human thing where if you gain a bunch of weight, you're no longer speaking English. You're just like.
But did he have a sand brain?
Could have had sand for
Could have
brains.
had a sand brain.
I'm confused on how the biology of that works.
Yeah,
How is he alive?
No, it's very simple. You fall in a pit, a bunch of lights fly around you, and then crystals go inside your skin.
You're right.
Goes in between your fingerprints, and then an X-Men intro happens, and you're just like, is that the X-Men theme? I would be surprised if it is.
I don't know what it is, but that's not it.
I'm losing my mind. Excuse me.
I don't know what it is.
You can't remember. I watched all those movies in like a week last summer. That was rough. Let me tell you that.
You're the second person I know that did that.
Really?
Yeah.
I wanted to watch Logan, but I didn't want to watch it as a standalone. So I was like, might as well watch all of them.
Wow.
None of those movies are good.
Logan's good.
Logan's good. Days of Future Past is good.
What about First Class? How you feeling in First Class?
Oh, that one's not bad. It's alright.
Okay.
I enjoy
I don't
it.
know enough about X-Men.
Neither do
I
I.
haven't seen them that much.
I'm a easy target for any superhero thing. That was just all my childhood watching terrible superhero cartoons. So I have like an immunity to bad superhero movies that this doesn't register. I'm having so much fun watching Spider-Man 3. The set pieces, let me tell you about the set pieces. What do they feel like? They feel like they're each their own universal, right? You're just flying through, you're falling through stuff, more things happen. It feels like before it, some character should go like, we gotta get this thing. Hey audience, the ring is very important and we gotta get home. And then the scene happens, like, whoa.
It does look like a
Indiana
cutscene.
Jones ride.
Yeah.
I fucking love that ride.
But yeah, no, I have an immunity to it. Some things don't work. Green Lantern, not a fan of that. Very boring.
Never seen it.
Me neither.
Yeah, I saw it in theater. It doesn't stop me from going to see these things in theaters. I've seen almost every superhero movie. I haven't seen Fantastic Four. That was the one I missed, the 2015 one.
I haven't seen that
Is
either.
that the one with the silver guy? Silver Surfer?
No, that was Rise of... I did see that in theaters. The reboot one with Miles Teller, Michael B. Jordan...
no, but there was one...
Jamie Bell. There are 3, technically 4 if you count the Roger Corman one that wasn't released. So 3. There was the Fantastic Four with Chris Evans as Human Torch.
Right.
Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer with
Chris Evans
as
as
the
Human
Human Torch.
Yes.
Michael Chiklis as Rockman. As Rubber Suit Rockman.
Mm-hmm.
And Lawrence Fishburne as the voice of the Silver Surfer. And then you have the remake, which I haven't heard any good things from.
Me neither.
So eventually, maybe that will be an episode. But everything else, it's fine. I'm good with all of this.
Yeah.
I don't get super disappointed by a bad superhero movie. It's just like I watched worse as a child. I'm good. I've had my shots.
You have like a shell around you.
I do. I watched The Batman when it came early 2000. A cartoon called The Batman, not Batman the Animated Series, the one everyone loves, but just The Batman.
Yeah, Batman.
It had a great theme that just ended with someone going, The Batman. Nice. And then it was the Danny Phantom of its time.
Yes.
He's a phantom.
I did enjoy Danny Phantom as a youth, though. I will say that. Don't remember much from it.
I don't think I ever watched it.
I've seen a couple episodes, but all I remember is the theme song.
He's a phantom.
Used to be something I would do in high school. Me and this one... with people I knew.
Okay. I feel like it'd be better if you just went over random people.
Sneak up behind someone. No, he'd just be sitting in like calculus and just occasionally just be writing. No, just lean over. He's a phantom. And then,
Well, are they wrong? He was a phantom.
it's one of the things you gotta know in order to enjoy the show.
If you don't know he's a phantom, you're gonna be very confused.
You gotta recap things. If Spider-Man 3 teaches anything, you gotta recap things. You gotta show clips of the first 2 movies in a weird web
Yes.
picture
For
style.
like 4 whole minutes.
Yeah.
It does go through it, and then like halfway through, you're like, okay, we're done recapping. Oh, now the second one. Now we're throwing sand at the webs. Okay, sure, why not? I feel like I was so much kinder to this movie the first time.
Oh, you
I was just
were.
like, why not? Ugh.
You were a big fan.
I loved it. I was in love with it.
Now I fucking hate it.
Now
Fuck
I get
Spider-Man
it.
3. I've had so much of this movie today.
You really
yeah, let's-
have. This
let's-
is the majority
Oh, we
of
have
your
to
day.
read-
Let's talk
reiterate
about
this,
this.
yes,
You've seen this movie twice today.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
How
now
did
you've
that-
talked about it for...
How did that happen?
Like, so Emma did not inform me that we would be watching it before the recording. So, and I haven't seen it in quite some time, so I was like, I should refresh myself. And then I get here, and hey, guess what we're doing?
Guess what we're doing? We're watching the movie. We're going to record a full podcast and then not record.
and then record another one.
So, this is all I have thought about today.
Yes.
Could be worse.
This is a huge chunk of your day is dedicated.
My almost entire day. Quite literally. Let's see,
It'll go
4.5
down in
hours of
history.
the film.
July 19th.
July 19th.
The day I dedicated to Spider-Man 3.
You know,
Spider-Man 3 Day.
Spider-Man 3. I hope I don't forget this
from
day.
now, you'll watch it again. Maybe twice.
Maybe three times. I don't know where life will
Each
take
year,
me.
one more time.
Yes.
Until I just go 24 hours straight of Spider-Man 3. I don't know if I could look at James Franco for that long.
Why? Because he's deformed by the end? How shallow. I'm turning on everyone now.
There is something very smarmy about him in this movie, which I think is like kind of the point.
He's laughing the whole time he has amnesia.
Yeah,
He's
he's having the
very
best
high.
time. He's loving his amnesia.
A doctor
It's a
gave
clean
him
slate.
some good drugs.
Yeah.
He sure did.
Like, normally he doesn't freak me out, but in this movie,
Freak me out.
the winking, it's just far too much of James Franco. What's his character's name?
Harry.
Why can't
Harry
I remember
Osborn.
that? Alright.
Harry Osborn. He has such catchphrases as "You killed my father."
Yep. That's it.
That's what he says. It's like,
That's his go-to. Want to make an omelet? That's the other one.
yeah, just like get over it.
Can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. And then, what? Nothing. Twist and shout. Let's turn that on.
That was a fun scene. Question mark.
This movie's too long. I feel like the first scene you cut is omelet dancing scene.
There's a lot of dancing in this movie.
It's almost a complete musical.
Almost.
And were the songs original?
No. Yes.
I made direct eye contact with Emma on that. Like, Emma knows every song ever made.
No, probably. They probably were, actually.
Wish I could remember. what they
The
were.
Manhattan Memories one was probably the original.
Want
One
to
that
see
she
that?
sang
Want to see that
about-
musical?
Yeah, we should make it.
Create an experience, if you will.
Yeah, a full experience. You buy your ticket, VIP, front row. 2 big men sit on either side of you. The Peter Parker experience. You go behind the scenes, backstage. You
You know
rehearse
all the
online.
words.
You
say,
meet Kirsten Dunst.
You were great, and then you said great, and then you just go from there.
Is that how that exchange went down? You were great, but you said great.
She does stop him and said, "You said
great.
You said great. No backsies. I'm a legend." Here's the weird part about all this. I have no idea what I said the first time versus this time. So I don't know if I'm repeating myself in the same exact.
That's a good question. I also don't know
This all is just blended into one mess of Spider-Man.
this feels like a fever dream to me, if you will.
Because it's very hot in here.
Perhaps this isn't happening at all. Thoughts?
Yeah, I'm going insane.
It's fine. It's fine.
You know.
Anything we haven't talked about. They tried to force the whole revenge thing. We got our Sandman. He wants to help his sick daughter. We get no closure on that bit.
Oh, yeah.
He just floats away. He's all good and grand. His daughter, we don't know if she died in the past scenes or not. But he killed Uncle Ben. He murdered Uncle
Shock twist. Because, you know, past two movies.
Just went off.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, oh, my bad.
Oh.
When none of us were looking. Just happening.
Right under our noses. So, why? Is my main question. Like, was the first guy not good enough?
Well, it's just that Venom is like such a based on revenge, and you gotta have a driving force of that darkness. So you gotta have a connection to him. What's the ultimate connection? Uncle Ben. Let's just work. Who do we got? We got a Goblin Man. He's already got a grudge on Spidey. Let's get the Sand Boy.
Because we already killed the actual killer. That was a couple movies ago, so
yeah.
Bring that back.
Yeah, whenever I watch Spider-Man 1, I'm like, hey, there's a guy with a striped shirt who actually killed him. You can't fool me, Sam Raimi. I know who did this. And I know that Spider-Man's a murderer. A wrong murderer. Murdered the wrong man.
We don't touch on that a lot in this movie. We get like a few lines of like, I know you feel bad about that, but like, he straight up murdered a man who was not innocent, but also not a murderer.
Well, in the first movie, he kind of like tripped out a window.
True.
They kind of...
It's like the easy way out on that one.
I think Spider-Man would have murdered him, but lucky for him, he tripped out a window.
And fell 62 stories.
60.
And that's why he's here today.
Like a whip. He gets real. He's reanimated. Just a head in a jar. I fell.
Oh my god.
Can we talk about crane physics real quick?
Yeah, Spider-Man fights a crane.
Does he? We never see the crane
just
resolved.
stops.
We see
Oh.
Gwen saved, and then
He's like, fuck those people.
the crane.
Save the hot
I got
girl.
the model.
Yeah.
I got her.
I'm just gonna have a conversation with this weird photographer dude, and I'm not gonna worry about the crane.
But like the crane's just floating all over the place, and then
Up and down.
the place where Gwen is perfectly, it's just coming straight for her. Like it's attracted to her. She's like a crane magnet.
It's like Jaws, but with the crane.
That's not how cranes work. That's not how they do.
I love the guy sitting in the crane, and he's just like
I don't know what to
he's
do.
doing nothing. He's just whoa. He's along for the ride.
What happens to that guy? Yeah. Does he get fired? Is he dead?
We don't know how that crane thing started.
How does it end? I actually forgot.
It does. It just.
Does it literally just cut away from that scene?
It just goes to Topher Grace taking Spider-Man's picture, and he's like, "You're the new guy," and then it just cuts to them at the Daily Bugle. That's the name, right? No, I like to think that this is a shared universe with Final Destination, where some odd force is going after people, and this time it's a crane. What's Spider-Man gonna do when it comes for him? Spider-Man's gonna fight death. I'm pitching this movie. Tobey Maguire's coming back. He's got to fight death itself. And that's all I got so far.
I'd love to see a 45-year-old Spider-Man.
Yes.
I think that's what the world needs.
But he's still in college.
But he's still in college.
Spitballs hitting. Ow, my back. It's like... I'm trying to think of how to wrap this up. Like all the action scenes.
Lots of falling.
I'm okay with the silly Venom stuff because it was all the studio threw this in at Sam Raimi at the last minute, and if the studio knew better, they wouldn't have given it to Sam Raimi, because everything Sam Raimi does is very tongue-in-cheek. Army of Darkness, Evil Dead 2, basically all the Evil, even Drag Me to Hell has its tongue firmly in cheek. So, yeah, don't give that to him. He's gonna go comic booky, and he does. And I enjoy that. I like the juxtaposition. Boom!
Got one.
Last episode, I was trying to come up with the word. I was scrolling through my brain. I said binary. I did this whole weird thing about scales.
That was a
juxtaposition. I'm happy that we're re-recording this because I learned
Here's your
juxtaposition.
chance. Yes.
You did
Yes.
it.
How's everyone else?
I am here, and I'm
very thankful.
I know a lot about Spider-Man 3 now that I didn't know before today, and for that I'm grateful. I feel like that's gonna help me
Yes.
navigate life.
So much applicable stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I learned science.
Mm-hmm.
How long does it take to fall from a 62 story
Mm-hmm.
drop?
Don't
Good 10 minutes. It
Also,
turns
the
out.
ring falls very, very slowly.
in slow motion.
Yeah.
Kind of.
It's just kind of like... it really doesn't go anywhere at all.
Good thing.
Just kind of hangs there.
I would have liked Spider-Man 4 because I would have liked to see a proposal, but we'll never
That's
get
right. It
that. Loose
has
thread.
the slimmest of closures for the series.
He puts it on the shelf. No, Aunt May does that.
They start dancing together and they're getting back together, and there is a man standing next to Mary Jane in the beginning of that scene that caught my attention, and as soon as I brought him up, he no longer showed up, and I was trying to point him out, but now I'm convinced he doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And I could rewind.
But we
But-
value time here.
We value time
That
here.
franchise
Don't want to
movie-
waste it.
We don't waste any time.
Any time.
Right to the point.
Time is money.
Money is power. And power is pizza. Remember that.
What is that from?
Y'all get that one, right?
Perks and Merc.
I feel like I have amnesia now.
My dad died? Yeah.
He takes that so well.
He's like, oh yeah, okay.
It's hard to know what he remembers and what he doesn't, because he
Yeah.
knows his dad died.
Mm.
Did the doctor wake him up and be like, wake up, oh, you're awake, your dad died.
Your dad is dead.
Boom. I'll be out here undressing.
What did
I'm
he
gonna go
remember?
undress.
Because
He remembered he's friends with Peter.
he remembered Mary Jane.
He remembered that his dad died.
I think he remembered maybe back to high school. I don't know if he remembered if his dad died, because he kind of said like, my dad died. Did my dad die? Like, he didn't say that, but
Yeah.
my
It might
dad's
as well.
dead, right? My dad's in the fucking ground, isn't he?
He might not be. He could be
He's in the mirror. He's
In a-
living in the mirror.
in a... What are those things called? On a shelf?
Jar.
A jar on a shelf?
urn.
An urn. It could be in an urn. Could be in a box under the bed.
Yeah, he's just all smiley. He's got amnesia. We don't know how much he remembers.
Yeah.
He was happy though, and I'm really happy for him.
Mm-hmm.
If he only remembers back to like high school, can they take his diploma back? Is that within their rights?
They're gonna
Question.
kick down the door, be
Give
like,
it back.
"You've hit your fucking head. Give me that back."
Good luck succeeding in life, billionaire.
Yeah, he's fine. Well, he's dead, but he's fine.
He was fine until he tried to help Spider-Man. That's what he gets.
You never fucking help Spider-Man. That's his job.
Like, fool him once, bomb in the face. Fool him twice, death by
Death by skateboard. Or surfboard, I guess.
Glider.
Glider.
That design had to be like a kids thing. Things are cool. Like, this is an extreme. Oh, look at the mask. Like, how are we gonna make Green Goblin cool the kids, give them a snowboard and a paintball mask, and we're covered.
Oh my God. It worked.
It worked.
I thought that was the
admire him.
coolest
He's my
shit,
hero.
when I was a young child. 10 whole years ago. 11.
Yeah.
12.
That's pretty much everything.
Yeah.
We got a lot.
So,
we covered our bases.
if anyone doesn't have anything else to add, let's get to ranking from favorite to least
Ranking,
favorite.
yes.
Where would you put Spider-Man 3? I'm in the musical musical mood.
So, favorite to least favorite?
Favorite, least favorite, Grace. What you going? I'm gonna be shocked by this. I could tell.
Oh, you've never heard this before. Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man. I'm trying to... How many movies are there? Spider-Man... I guess I'm gonna bump Spider-Man Homecoming now that I'm thinking about it more. Spider-Man Homecoming. Spider-Man 3. Amazing Spider-Man 1. Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Looks like Emma got what she wanted.
Actually, no. I retract
Spider-Man
that. I'm
Homecoming
sorry.
got moved up.
I retract that. Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man Homecoming.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. Faked you out a little bit. Just some drama.
Yeah.
That's what I like to do.
So much tension.
So why Spider-Man 3 over Spider-Man Homecoming?
Just, I feel like maybe if I watch Spider-Man Homecoming again, I might change my mind, but I don't remember it that well. So I can't in good conscience be like, I like this more.
I can pull it up right now. We can watch it right now.
Are we gonna watch it twice?
No, we can watch it twice and do 2 podcasts on it right now.
Hell yeah. It's summertime.
So Emma.
Okay. Okay,
ranking.
yeah, okay. Most favorite to least favorite. Spider-Man Homecoming. Although that could change with Into the Spider-Verse.
Into our third recording that we're gonna do.
Once that shit is released, that's gonna be my favorite probably. And then Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man, then probably Amazing Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 3, Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Okay. Seems like we got an array of different opinions on this one. I'm gonna go a little different from both. I'm favorite Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man. I really like Amazing Spider-Man 2. I think it does a lot right. It does a lot wrong, but the fun outdoes the not fun. I can barely put together a sentence. Next, I'm gonna go Spider-Man 3, and then Spider-Man Homecoming, and then Amazing Spider-Man, which is very boring. But Spider-Man 3 it's fun. It's not.
It's a good time.
It's an incohesive. It's sloppily put together. I don't disagree with any complaints people have, but it works for me. If it fits, it ships, and this does. So
if it fits, I sits. Is that what you would go for?
If it fits, it ships to over 40 states or whatever that ad is. But yeah, different strokes for different folks. I sound like I'm having a stroke. So, like what you like. If you don't believe all the hate every time. Internet's gonna tell you you shouldn't have fun sometimes.
Don't be sheep.
Yeah, learn your likes, like your learns. And
Yes.
here's a question. I have no idea which recording it's been a part of. Who's your favorite Spidey?
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Favorite Spidey, favorite Peter Parker. Before we completely end this.
Favorite Spidey, probably Tobey Maguire.
I agree.
Favorite Peter, probably Tom Holland. Yeah. Tobey Maguire as Peter makes me uncomfortable.
He does.
It's too much. I don't know what it's too much of, but it's too much of
Those
something.
looks. Just.
It's the eyes. I can see too much of them.
Yeah. No, favorite Andrew Garfield as Spidey. Amazing Spider-Man 2. Best costume, fight me. I don't need no computer in his head to tell him to be voiced by Jennifer Connelly, tell him what to do. I like my Spider-Man independent, big ol' eyes,
That's all you need.
and a need for webbing.
Yes.
And a need for tweed.
But Tom Holland, great Peter Parker, the best probably.
Probably my least favorite Spider-Man,
Ooh,
I would say.
I wouldn't disagree.
Just because he's a good Peter Parker, but...
I don't think any of them are bad. I don't think that's...
No.
I think they all pull their weight.
Mm-hmm.
They're all good. Everything's fine.
All is well.
All Spider-Man movies, good. Sure.
Sure.
So, thank you both. And this time, I mean it 5 times as more than last time. Thank you for being part of this, I don't know, mental breakdown? What was this?
It might be that.
It could
More of
be
a
that.
meltdown than a breakdown, I think. Because I feel like I'm melting.
It was just our brains just losing.
Am I-
If this sentence isn't an example of what I'm trying to say, I don't know what is. I'm just
Uh-huh.
gonna end it there. And
Nice.
wait. Next week's episode, don't know what it is, looking forward to it.
Nice.
But any last words?
Thanks for having us, Isaac.
Yeah, thanks. Go watch Spider-Man 3. It's a good
Yeah.
film. It's a film
It's a film.
that was made
That was
in
big.
2007.
Best Spider-Man film of 2007.
Yes.
Hard to argue with that.
Okay, it's over now.
That didn't record. I think I might cry.